Hello everyone, welcome to the session. I am Sudeshna, Assistant Professor of CSE Department. In this session, I would like to discuss about the inheritance in Java. Now before going in detail, first of all let's know what is inheritance. So as we all know in our normal language, inheritance is nothing but uh, inheriting our ancestral properties or ancestral features and so on. Similarly, in Java also, a class will inherit the properties and methods of another class. So this is called as inheritance. So here in this session, we are going to see in how many ways will a class inherit the property of its parents and how many types of inheritance are there. Now let's begin. First, let's see the definition. The process by which one class acquires the properties, that is data members, and functionalities, that is methods of another class is called inheritance. So here it will try to acquire the data members and methods of another class. So in this process of inheritance, we'll see two classes. The one which is trying to acquire the properties and the one which is giving the properties. So the class which is trying to acquire the properties is called as a child class. It is also known as subclass or also called as derived class. Similarly, the class which is trying to give the properties to another class is called as parent class. It is also known as superclass or base class. So we'll be using these names. Any name we can use like child class, subclass or derived class, and parent class, superclass or base class. Now let's see what is the advantage of this inheritance. The first advantage we have is code reusability. It means that if the parent class has some code or some method which should be also there in child class, but if inheritance is not there, then the child class has to rewrite the same code which is actually there in the parent class. So if we provide this inheritance, the instead of writing the method in the child class, the same method that is written in the parent class can be used in the child class also. That is code reusability. Means we are writing once and using number of times at different places. That is code reusability. The other one is method overriding. Means we can have same method or else method with the same name at in the parent class and child class. That is we have method overriding also. So these are the two major advantages of inheritance. Now next thing, inheritance represents is a relationship between parent and child. That is also known as parent child relationship. Here is a means child class can be taken as an instance of a parent class or a specification of a parent class. For example, if we see bike, bike is a class. Now, bike is a parent class. In that class, we can take a particular bike as a child class. So that is a particular bike is a special type of bike class. Likewise, so we can say in Java is a relationship is uh, represented by inheritance. Now let's see the syntax of this inheritance. Now we'll see a super class here. So this is the first class we have. This super class will have some data members and some methods inside that. Now there will be a subclass which wants to use these methods or data members of superclass. In that case, there should be some relation between this subclass and superclass. So that relationship is provided by inheritance feature where the subclass should be extending the superclass. So we should use this keyword called as extends. So subclass extends superclass. It means that now subclass will be called as a child class of superclass. Now when we'll write this statement, now whatever is there in superclass can be accessed through subclass also. So this is the basic syntax of inheritance. Now let's see one example here. Now we have class called as teacher. So we this is our super class. Now in this teacher class we have two variables. that is designation, string designation is I've given the string in the designation, that is teacher. Now next is college name. In that I have given a string called as St. Peters. Now these are the two variables, that is data members. Next I have also a method called as does. Now inside this does I am trying to print teaching, a word called as teaching. Means in my parent class I have two variables called teacher and St. Peters, and I have a method called teaching. That is method name is does. Now inside that method I'm printing teaching. So this is my parent class. Now let's go to the subclass. Now subclass is called as CSC teacher. Now, if you'll observe syntax, public class CSC teacher extends teacher, means this subclass is extending the main class called as teacher. So here this is superclass and this is subclass. Now let's see how this subclass will access the data of this parent class, that is superclass. Now just here all of you. In this CSC teacher, we have a string called as subject, that is having a string called as Java. Now I'm writing the main method. Inside the main method, I'm trying to create the object for my subclass, that is CSC teacher. So we have the syntax like class name object is equal to new class name. So here my object is what? Obj. So now I'm trying to call obj dot college name. Now if you'll observe, I don't have any college name string here. That is any data member called with the name college name. It is there in the superclass. But I am trying to call it from subclass. So you will be allowed to access that because you are extending the parent class. That is inheritance is there. So obj dot college name. So it can get the data from parent class. Next obj dot designation, again it will get it from superclass. Next is obj dot subject, so it is there in the subclass itself, that is Java. So when I'm calling this obj dot college name, it will print this name, then designation, and then subject. And after that I'm trying to call the method of superclass, that is does. Okay, for that, I'm calling it as obj.does. So it will go here and it will print the statement called as teaching. So this is the program. Now let's see the output. So this is the output. So I have called first college name, that is St. Peter's, then designation, that is teaching, teacher. Next is designation, subject, that is Java. Java, and then method. In the method I am writing it as, I have written it as teaching. So in your output it will be teaching. So this is one example. Now let's see the second example. Now if you'll observe, I have a parent class called calculation. In this calculation I have a data member called as Z. I also have a method called addition where it is taking two parameters x and y. Then I'm trying to add these two numbers, assign the value to Z. Then I'm printing that sum of these two numbers. Similarly, subtraction. Next, now I'm taking another class called as my calculation. This is the subclass which is extending the parent class called as calculation. So my parent class was called as calculation. So it is extending the calculation. Now here it is having a method. It is having a method called as multiplication, where it is trying to multiply two values and assign that value to the variable called Z. I'm printing that. Now just see here all of you. In this main method, I'm trying to give two values for A and B variables 20 and 10. I'm creating the object for this class called as my calculation. So my calculation demo is equal to new my calculation. So your object is what? Demo. So now I'll call all the methods using this demo object. So I'm writing demo dot addition a comma b. What are a comma b? They are parameters and their values are 20 and 10. So demo dot addition. So demo is an object. So addition is a method which is written in the parent class called as calculation. So here I have written. So this method will be called and two parameters I am giving there, that is a and b, 20 and 10 I am giving. So x and y will become 20 and 10. So this will be added and the result will be given to Z. So when I'll print this z, so it will print the statement like sum of given numbers is 20 plus 10, that is 30. Now similarly, I'm calling demo dot subtraction a comma b. Now it will go to the subtraction method a comma b, that is 20 and 10. So they are subtracted and the value will be printed. Now after that, I'm calling the method called multiplication, which is there in the subclass. So it will be calling this method which will multiply these two and value will be printed. Means here if you'll observe, addition and subtraction methods are not written in the child class, that is subclass. They are written in the superclass, but still we are able to access that using the object of child class because it is extending the superclass. So this is another example. Now if you'll observe the output, it will be like this: sum of given numbers, difference between the numbers, product of given numbers. So in this way we can use the concept of inheritance. Now let's see what are the different types of inheritance we have. There are totally four types of inheritance. Now just observe the diagram here. We have single inheritance. It means that there is class B which is inheriting the properties of class A. So for this we can take the previous two examples. Now the syntax is like this: class A will be there where class B will be extending class A. So one class is inheriting the property of one class. This is simple one and this is called a single inheritance. Now let's see the second one, that is multi-level inheritance. If we'll observe the diagram here, class C is extending, that is inheriting the properties of B, and B is inheriting the properties of A. That is multiple levels are there. That is why it is called as multi-level inheritance. Here, if you'll observe, C is not inheriting the property of A directly. C is just inheriting the property of B, whereas B is inheriting the property of A. Now let's go to the syntax. Now in this syntax, class A is a superclass and class B is extending A class only and class C is extending B. So this is multi-level inheritance. Next is hierarchical inheritance. Now in this hierarchical inheritance, class B is inheriting the properties of A and class C is also inheriting the properties of A. Now let's see the syntax. Class A is a superclass, class B is extending A and class C is extending A. Now the last one is multiple inheritance. Now what is multiple inheritance? Class C will inherit the properties of both A and B. Now if we'll see the syntax, it should be like this. Class A is a superclass, class B is also superclass, whereas class C is a subclass which is extending A comma B. That is, it is inheriting the properties of A and B. But in Java, this inheritance is not supported. Now, at the end of this session, we'll be knowing why it will not support this multiple inheritance. Now, except multiple inheritance, remaining three inheritance types are supported by the Java. So that is single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and hierarchical inheritance. If we remember the diagrams, it's easy to recall or else easy to remember the types of inheritance. Now let's go to the examples of all these types. Let's start with the single inheritance first. So what is single inheritance? Class B will extend class A. So we can take the previous two examples also as example of single inheritance. Now let's see again. Now we have a superclass called as animal. Now in this superclass we have a method called as eat. Now in this eat method, I'm just printing a statement called as eating. Now I have another class, that is dog, which is extending animal. Means dog is our subclass which is extending the superclass called as animal. Now in this dog class, I have a method called as bark. Now in this I am printing a statement called as barking. Now let's see how we are calling this. So I took another class called as test inheritance. Inside that I am writing the main method. Now here I am creating the object for my child class. that is dog class. So how you'll create the object dog, d is equal to new dog. So here the object is small d. Now using this object, we'll be calling the methods of parent class and child class. Now let's see how to call. That is d dot bark. Now bark method is in child class, and I'm also calling d dot eat, whereas eat is a method which is there in super class. So with the same object of child class, I'm calling the methods of child class and super class also. So let's see what is output. I'm calling bark and eat. So what is there? If I'll go to the bark method, I'm printing barking. Then eat means eating. So your output will be barking and eating. So this is just simple example of single inheritance. Now let's go to multi-level inheritance. Now let's go to our diagram. Multi-level inheritance. So if you'll observe, class C is extending B properties, class B is inheriting class A properties. Now let's see the example here. Now superclass is animal which have a method called as eat. In that I'm just printing eating. Now subclass called D which is extending the superclass called as animal. So that is I have a method in the dog subclass as bark where I'm writing barking. Now another subclass called as baby dog which is extending dog class. So here this baby dog is C and this is B and this is A. So C is extending B, B is extending A. So baby dog is extending dog, so it is extending only B. Now and also it is writing a method called as weep where I'm printing only a statement called weeping. Now I'm taking another class, in that I'm writing main method and I'm creating the object for C class, that is baby dog class. The object is what? D. Now here using this method, that is using this object, I can call the method of this baby dog and I can call the method of dog. Now just here all of you, d dot weep and d dot bark. As this is also extending this superclass called animal, you can call the method also using d dot eat. So I'm calling three methods: weep, bark, eat. So weep means weeping. So when you'll call this, you'll get weeping, then barking, and then eating. So this is our output. Now let's go to another one, that is hierarchical. Now let's go to the diagram. In hierarchical, if you'll observe, class B is extending the property of A and also C is also extending the properties of A, that is inheriting. Now let's see the example. So we have, so both B and C are inheriting the properties of A. So here superclass is animal, we have a method eat, and dog is a subclass which is extending animal. It has a method called bark. Inside that I'm writing barking. And another class cat which is also extending the same parent class called animal. Means B is extending A, C is extending A. Now in another class called as test inheritance 3, I have written main method. Inside that I'm creating the object for my child class, that is cat class. So cats is equal to new cat. Now using this object I'm calling all the three methods: cat dot meow, cat dot eat, sorry, that is c dot eat, c dot bark. Now just observe here all of you. When I'm calling this c dot meow, that is it is there in this class only. So you will get the output. Now I'm calling c dot eat. C dot eat means here observe, just observe, cat is extending only animal class. So here it means that it can access the methods or data members of this class. So I can call the method of this also using the object of this class. So when I'm calling c dot eat, which is there in the animal class, I can access that. But when you're calling this c dot bark from this cat object, you can't access that because this cat is nowhere extending the class called as dog. So that's why at this point you'll get compile time error. Now output is, when I called meow, it is printing meowing. When I am calling eat, it is printing eating. When I'll call bark, it will show some compile time error because cat is not extending the dog class. So you can't access a method of dog class. So this is the output. Now let's see the last type of inheritance. So we have seen hierarchical. Now the last one is, I told that class C will inherit the properties of both A and B. Now as I told, this is not supported in Java. Let's see why. So class C is inheriting the property of both A and B. Now just here all of you. I have a class called A which has a method called message. In that I am printing hello. Class B is also having the same method, and I'm printing welcome. Now class C extending A comma B means it can access the methods of B and A also. Okay. In the main method, I'm trying to, I've created an object for the C class. So that is C obj is equal to new C. So using this obj, I'm calling a method right like message. See here, obj dot message. So I'm calling this method. So if I'm calling this, there will be a contradiction or there will be a conflict that out of these two parent class methods, which one should be called, either this method or this method, because both the methods have the same name called msg. So when I'm calling object.msg, so it will be in confusion whether to call this method or this method, because it is extending both the classes. So this is a problem. So that's why it is not supported in Java. So this multiple inheritance is not supported in Java here in inheritance concept, but this concept is supported in another concept called as interface. Means this drawback is overcome by the concept called interfaces. So while discussing the interfaces, we'll see how it is resolved. So this is about types of inheritance. Now let's recall what we have discussed in this session. So we have seen what is a inheritance, what is inheritance, this definition. We have seen what is being inherited, actually data members and methods, and we have seen the classes with the names child class and parent class. Child class also known as subclass or derived class. Parent also called as superclass or pair class, base class. Sorry. Advantages we have seen. Then we have seen the syntax. Then we have seen the types, and we have seen some examples. I hope everyone understood inheritance in this session. Thank you all.